Hey guys, it's Sarah. So today's video is going to be an end of the year makeup collection declutter. So I have literally just kind of pulled out each drawer from my makeup collection and we're just going to kind of go one by one and pick out anything that I'm ready to part ways with. So this is my base drawer. We have foundations, concealers, primers, and setting sprays. I don't think I'll be getting rid of a ton from this drawer. I do anticipate getting rid of more from like my lip drawer and probably some other categories, but for primer, I have 3. I think I am going to hold on to all of these. I'm already working on panning the Jordana one, and then I'll probably move on to panning both of these next year, so not too worried about those. With foundation, let's see, I've been thinking about these. I have 5 foundations at the moment. I think I do want to get rid of this Jordana Complete Cover 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. This one, I actually like the formula. The shade is a little bit off. It's kind of yellowy for me. The reason I want to get rid of this is just because this has a really bad shade range. It only comes in like 12 shades, and I just don't really want products with bad shade ranges in my collection if I can help it. It just kind of makes me feel bad and gross. So this one is almost full, honestly, so I would like to just go ahead and pass it on while it's new. But these other 4 foundations I do like. Then I have 5 concealers. So let's see, I have the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo, the Too Faced Born This Way, NYX Born to Glow, Pacifica, and Milani Conceal and Perfect. So the 2 of these that I don't really like are the Pacifica and the Milani one, and I thought about getting rid of these. Honestly, I don't think I would mind panning these. It's not that I hate them, it's just that I don't love them, but I can always mix them with other concealers and use them in a way that I do like. So I think I will hold on to these for now. Concealer is one of those things that it's not too hard for me to pan. And then these are just my 2 foundation shade adjusting drops that I'll keep. And then I have 3 setting sprays, the e.l.f. Dewy Setting Mist, the NYX, actually no, this is not the NYX Dewy Finish. This has the Pixie Rose Glow Mist in it that I poured into this bottle because the sprayer on that one started to not work very well. Love both of these. Then I have the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. Honestly, this one, I don't know if I love this. It kind of reminds me of the NYX Dewy Finish that I finished but that I didn't really love. But I do want to kind of try it some more and just give it a few more chances because I feel like I haven't really tested this a ton. So is this anybody's like holy grail setting mist? And if so, tell me what you like about it, because I don't know, I feel like I just need to try it out some more. Not too exciting from this drawer, but we did get rid of 1 foundation, which feels really good. All right, so moving on to this drawer. This drawer is always a mess. This is cheek products and face powders. With the face powder, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm almost done with the Physicians Formula Healthy Powder. That one will be done in the next few weeks. And then the rest of these I do really like. I have more than I need, so I'm gonna focus on probably trying to pan some of these in the next year. Okay, so for blush, I have both cream and powder blushes. The only cream blush that I actually do kind of feel like I'm ready to let go of is this River Organics Pinch Cheek Color. So this is a cream blush in this like cardboard stick. Love the sustainable packaging and everything. I just don't love that this one has kind of a stiff formula. It's just a little bit more of a hassle for me to use than some of these other ones, but it is really pretty. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, I don't want to get rid of it. Because I do love it, don't get me wrong. I've recommended this several times. But honestly, as much as I really do like this color, I feel like the Cloven Hallow one, which is like my holy grail favorite blush ever, does give a similar effect. It's a little bit lighter, but blended out on my cheeks, it's pretty similar. And then also, I think that this powder blush from e.l.f. in the shade Lychee is also kind of similar to that River Organics one. Yeah. So I just don't need to keep that one, even though I do like it. I'd rather just kind of pass it on now because I don't see myself panning this. And I feel like that's kind of the deciding factor for me here. If I don't see myself wanting to pan something, then it probably needs to go to a new home before it expires. Other than that, I think I will hold on to my other 5 cream blushes because I love all of these. I also have 6 powder blushes. Once again, one of these is close to being finished. This will be done in the next few months. This one from Wet n Wild. These other 5, I have 2 of the e.l.f. Bite Size Duos. I really like both of these. I have Cantaloupe and Lychee. Then the CoverGirl Cheekers blush in Natural Twinkle. This one I really like as well. The Terramare Mineral Blush in Rosy. This one is beautiful. It's kind of a pearly pink shade. And the Milani Powder Blush in Romantic Rose. This is my oldest blush. I've had this since 2015, so it's about 5.5 years old now. This is the only one that I don't think I would mind parting with this one because it is so old, but at the same time, since it's so old, I kind of want to pan it too. I don't love this formula as much as I used to. It's very dry. I have a lot of blushes, and so this is one area where I would like to pare things down, but I also don't just want to declutter things for the sake of decluttering. So let me think about this one. Let me put it in a maybe pile and we'll think about that. All right, then we have bronzer, and I have 3 bronzers. Honestly, I am not really into bronzer these days. I hardly ever wear it. Usually I prefer contouring instead. So I feel like I could probably let go of one of these. I don't want to get rid of all my bronzers because I do like wearing it sometimes. I really like this Milani Silky Matte Bronzer in Sunkissed. It's kind of a more neutral toned, almost cool toned one. That one I'm definitely going to keep because I love that color. Then I have the Jordana Powder Bronzer in Sunkissed Bronze. This one I think they discontinued. And then the Milani Baked Bronzer in Dolce. And these are both more kind of golden toned bronzers. Let me swatch these. That's the Milani one, that's the Jordana one. I like the Jordana one because it almost has a little bit of a reddish undertone to it that I feel like looks a little more natural on my skin tone. Whereas Milani Dolce, I love the formula of this and I love that it's kind of a lighter bronzer. But the last time I wore this, I noticed that it just looked kind of yellow on my skin, and same here in this swatch. So as much as I love the formula of this one, and it's so pretty, I mean, this Milani Baked formula is gorgeous, I feel like I won't really miss this one, even though I don't dislike it. It's just the tone. I'm very picky about my bronzer tones, as I've learned this year, and since I'm not wearing bronzer as much, I don't think it makes sense for me to keep 3. But I think I'm happy with these 2 because this way I have a warm toned one and a slightly more neutral, cool toned one. So that definitely frees up some space here. Okay, then for highlighters. So let's start with powder highlighters. I think I kind of want to get rid of this e.l.f. highlighter in Rose Glow. It's a really pretty shade. It's kind of a just pearly light pink. But if I'm gonna wear a pink toned powder highlight, I'm gonna go for the Becca Rose Quartz one. This one is just so gorgeous, and I like the Becca formula a little bit better. I feel like it looks a lot smoother on my cheeks, whereas the e.l.f. one can look kind of textured. This one I could definitely donate because I haven't used it a ton. And I have way too many highlighters right now. I've gotten a couple new ones in PR recently, and it's just gotten out of control. So definitely keeping both my Becca highlighters. That's my favorite highlighter formula of all time. Also definitely keeping this Aether one in Pink Diamond Dust. I love this formula. It's so pretty. It's a little bit sparkly, but in a good way. I know that sounds bad, but I love it. This is like a duochrome one from ColourPop in the shade Monster. This one's really pretty. It's the only one I have like that, so that one is going to stay. And then I have this Ofra one in Retrograde that I just recently got, and I really enjoy this one. It's definitely pretty intense, but I like it a lot. I just wish that the packaging was a little smaller because it's kind of bulky here. Then I have these 6 like cream highlighters. I think I am going to keep all of these. I really love all of these. I'm working on panning the Ulta one. Definitely think it wouldn't be too hard to pan this Becca one either. And the good thing about especially liquid highlighters is I can also multi-purpose them and use them to like mix with foundations, and there's a lot you can do with these, so I think I'm going to keep them all. I love my cream products. So that is this drawer. Got rid of 3 things from this drawer, 1 from each category, a blush, a bronzer, and a highlighter. That feels pretty good. Is there anything else I want to get rid of? I don't think so, not right now. Next I have like eye products, so I have brow stuff, eyelid primers, single shadows, eyeliners, and mascara. So I have 3 eye primers here. 2 of them are these Ulta matte eye primers. This one is almost finished. I'm trying to finish this one by the end of the year, so that'll be done soon. Then I have a mini of that one that I think I've maybe used a couple times for travel. And then I have a brand new Urban Decay primer potion. So I think I'm going to let go of this mini of the Ulta matte eye primer just because I honestly don't love this eyeshadow primer. It works fine, but I just feel like it's not the best for like a long day of wear. I have noticed that sometimes my eyeshadow does still crease and fade a little bit with this primer. So once I'm done with this one, I don't really think I'm going to want to use this mini one, so I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that. And then I'll just move on to the Urban Decay one once this is done. Oh, and then I do also have this glitter primer from NYX, which is a little bit different. This is good for glitter shadows, so I'm going to keep that as well. I have 2 brow gels and a brow pomade. I'm going to keep all those because I don't have very many anyway. This is a lash glue. That one's going to stay. These are single shadows. This one is actually in my project pan, this e.l.f. soft beige one. This one, I actually use more as a cream bronzer than anything, but that one I'm going to use up. This is also in my project pan, the e.l.f. Glitter in Mermaid Shimmy. Hello. We're so pretty. I have this Becca Light Gleam one. I don't love this shimmer side, but I really like this kind of gray-blue matte side here, so I'm going to keep that. I don't think I'm going to get rid of any of these singles. These are ones that I am eyeing to put in my project pan this year. I'm planning on doing a video all about products that are kind of on my radar for my next project pan, so stay tuned for that if it's not up already. I have this little Natasha Denona eyeshadow that honestly I haven't used, but I need to use it. This was like a point perk at Sephora or something. I think these are all gonna stay. Then I have my one mascara. Then I have all these eyeliners. You know, I think I'm ready to say goodbye to these e.l.f. glitter liners. I've had these for a long time. These are, I always tell myself I should keep them and use them, but they're kind of sheer and I never use them. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna let go of the silver one. That one's like barely showing up there. The bronze one, I know this is meant to be a liner. I could use it as like a liquid shadow. I just know that I'm not going to. I don't really wear that kind of bronze on my eyes that often, and I have like actual bronze eyeshadows that I would rather wear. So yeah, I think I'm ready to let go of both of these. I never use them. These are my 2 like colorful liquid liners. I love both of these. And then I have 2 pencil liners, a blue one from Urban Decay and this black one from Jordana that I'm actually panning right now. My one black liquid liner that I use all the time. So yeah, that's that drawer. Pretty good. Got rid of 3 things from there. So this is probably where we're going to make the biggest dent. This is lip products. So this bin has glosses. I have already been planning to declutter this Profusion Sparkling Lip Topper in Frolic. I put this in my project pan and realized that I don't like it because it's just literally just a sparkly lip topper, and I kind of just learned that I don't like having that much sparkle on my lips. Like I don't mind a little shimmer, but that's just flat out sparkly, so this one is going to have to go. I just don't like that on my lips at all. This is where I'm probably going to do a lot of swatching because I want to see how everything compares. All right, so these are all my glosses. I have the Milani Soft Rose, Dose of Colors on Repeat, Nude by Nature Tea Rose, Cloven Hallow Angelic, e.l.f. Pink Cosmo. This is the Bite Yaysayer gloss in Sugar Drizzle. It's like my only clear gloss. That is ColourPop Champagne Mommy, and this is e.l.f. Tinted Lip Oil in Raspberry Truffle Kiss. So I kind of want to get rid of this e.l.f. tinted lip oil. This actually survived my last chopping block video. It's very dark here. I did find that I like it sheared out on my lips, but ask me how many times I've used this since my chopping block video. 0. Big fat 0. So even though it's pretty worn that way, I'm not using it, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. But all these other ones, I love. The ColourPop Champagne Mommy is such a pretty one. And even though these 4 kind of nude pink ones are similar, they're all different in my eyes, so I'm gonna keep those. Let's see, I am gonna keep these 2 nude pink liners. I have Jordana Rock and Rose and Urban Decay Manic. Love both of them. Rock and Rose is more brownish, Manic is more rosy. All right, so those are my 9 like nude lipsticks. Kind of focusing on the ones that look similar to each other. These 2 are very similar. This is the Wet n Wild lipstick in Never Nude. So this one I really like, and this was actually in my project pan for a short time this year. I feel like the smell of this one is a little bit off. So right now, anything that smells off, I'm just gonna get rid of. And it is very similar to this one, which is Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk and Jordana Buttercream Frosting. So I don't feel like I need all 3 of those. And Wet n Wild is a brand that I do want to try to move out of my collection. So this one right here is going to be finished soon. This is Red Apple Beachside. That's that one right there. Looking at all of these other ones, I do think I will be keeping all of them just because they are all slightly different. So next I have all my reds right here. Dump them out. I will definitely keep the lip liner. This one from Terramare, I noticed recently that it smells way off. When I first got it, it smelled like vanilla, and now it smells like a straight up Crayola crayon. So I've had this one since like 2017. I bought this when I was in college, so that one unfortunately has to go, even though it is one of my favorite lipstick shades and formulas ever. This is Terramare Napa Valley. I will miss it very much, but I do have some similar shades. It's actually quite similar to this one from Charlotte Tilbury here. Okay, I'm gonna swatch all of these now. Wish me luck here. This is a lot. Look at all my reds. Oh, I have so many. This one is Physicians Formula Tulip Treatment. This one is absolutely staying. It's one of my favorite reds of all time. Also, this one has to stay. Jordana Mango Sorbet. That's this one right here. It's almost like, oh, it's like a neon red almost. So pretty. This one from Clove & Hallow is in the shade Fiesta. That's this one right here. That's also different from a lot of these other ones, so I'm gonna keep that. This one from Ofra is like brand new. That's this one right here. This is their Flexi Slick in Spark. Beautiful, like holiday red. Gotta keep that. Some of these almost look mauve compared to the others, even though like they're really not. This is Amazing Amal from Charlotte Tilbury. This is like a mini one. This one is super cute. I'm gonna keep this one. This would honestly not be too hard to pan if I ever wanted to. e.l.f. Red Carpet. This one was actually the one I chose for my If I Could Only Keep One video that I did. Beautiful, kind of slightly sheer red. That's this one right here. But it's a very nice, like, classic red color. These are the three that I don't feel as strongly about keeping. This is Madame Glam Cherry Wine, NYX Chaos, and Axiology Clarity. So let me swatch these three side by side so we can really get a good look. That's Cherry Wine from Madame Glam, NYX Chaos, very blue-based there, and Axiology Clarity. I feel like NYX Chaos is similar to this Ofra one in Spark. The thing is, for me, I love red lipsticks so much, but I feel like having this many means that some of them get neglected and like just don't get enough love. This Axiology one is similar to this Amazing Amal. Oh yeah, look how similar those are. Those two right there. I think it's funny because this one also survived my chopping block recently. I think I'm gonna get rid of Clarity from Axiology. There's just something about these Axiology lipsticks that I don't love. I don't know what it is. I can't even quite pinpoint it, but I just prefer the Charlotte Tilbury one. I'm gonna put both of these in my maybe pile. I cannot decide. I'm just sitting here staring at them like, I can't make up my mind. Okay, I'm gonna put this in the maybe. Had to go wash my arm off and we have a blank slate ready to go here. Next, I have just bold lipsticks. So starting out, I have two very similar lip liners. I really don't need to keep both of these. I have the Jordana Plush Plum and Becca Spiced. They're not exactly the same, but I feel like with lip liner that doesn't matter. So this is Becca Spiced. Why did I make such a big swatch? And this is Jordana Plush Plum. Plush Plum is a little bit redder and a little brighter. Spiced is a little more vampy. I think I'm gonna get rid of the Jordana one just because I like the Becca one just a little bit better. But they're both great, don't get me wrong. If you want like a cheaper alternative to the Becca one, Jordana one's like $2. This one I got in PR, but I don't know, I'd kind of rather keep like the nicer brand. So there's two that I want to compare here, two very vampy colors. I have Becca Merlot. This is beautiful, you guys. Look at that rich color. And then I have this Physicians Formula Noirishing Plum. It's like a pun. And this one is a bit darker. This one I have trouble with because it can go on pretty patchy just because it's such a dark color. And I also feel like the Becca shade is a little more flattering on me. It's not quite as deep and vampy. This one almost looks black on me sometimes. So I think I'm going to keep the Becca one and finally pass on this Healthy lip. I've been thinking about decluttering this for the last like year, and I've kind of just been looking for a good alternative to it because I like having a vampy shade like this in my collection, but I don't love this one. I have 3 more Madame Glam lipsticks. Fig, Pucker Up, and Mad Hatter. Fig I really like. This one is like a kind of a sheer berry. I love this. I need to use this more. Mad Hatter is like a baby pink. And you know what? I think I'm finally ready to get rid of this one. It's not that I can't use it, it's just not the most flattering shade on me. It actually looks good paired with like a slightly deeper lip liner, but I have other light nude pinks that I like better, like this Jordana Buttercream Frosting and e.l.f. Cream. So this is another one that I've been like on the fence about getting rid of for a while, and I think it's just time to finally let go of it. Pucker Up is really pretty. This is the only like coral lip I have. I don't know if it's showing up quite true to color on there, but I'm gonna keep this. This is Wet n Wild Mochalicious. I don't have anything else like this one. This is like a true brown. And you know what? This one also is kind of smelling a bit off. So I think it's time to let go of this one too. It's just so brown. And I know a lot of people love this particular shade. I feel like it's a little much on me. These are my 3 purple lipsticks. I have Wet n Wild Violet's Kiss. That's like so purple. e.l.f. Berry Sorbet. This one is old. Super old. And then this is a new one to me, the Ofra Flexi Slick in Velvet. So yeah, I had a feeling this one would be super similar to e.l.f. Berry Sorbet. I definitely don't need to keep both of these just because they're almost identical in shade. I think I'm going to keep the Ofra one and pass on the e.l.f. one. And then this Wet n Wild purple. Oh my gosh, it's so purple. I think I'm going to keep this one. I just don't have anything else like this, and it's just fun to have. This Ofra Laguna Beach. This is a little bit old, but it smells fine, so I'm going to keep it. And e.l.f. Flirty and Fabulous. I love this. It's like a hot pink. Also going to keep that. Wow, we're doing pretty good over here. Look at all these things I'm decluttering. All right, so that's it for the lip drawer. I got rid of quite a few things from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lipsticks, 2 like lip gloss type products, and a lip liner. Dang. I'm impressed with myself. These are my eyeshadow palettes. I love all my eyeshadow palettes. I recently did an eyeshadow palette collection video. If you want to see that, I'll link it below if you want to hear more deets on these. But this is the only one that I feel like I maybe could part with. It's the e.l.f. Opposites Attract palette. This was also on my chopping block. I ended up keeping it in that chopping block series. I just don't feel hugely inspired when I look at this, which really is how I should feel, right? I'm gonna do a quick thing because I haven't done this yet. I'm going to try to dupe this with other shadows in my collection and see what I can come up with. Okay, so I have a mess here, but this top row is e.l.f. Opposites Attract, and then the right side is other shades from my collection. A lot of them I duped with Subculture, and some of them are also from Shared Planet Polar Bear palette. I just feel like there's enough similarities, and the shades that I wasn't able to find a perfect dupe for, I don't like that much anyway, like this purple. I do like this palette, I do recommend it, but I just don't feel very inspired when I look at it. I just have enough other shadows in my collection where I feel like I won't really be losing much by decluttering this, and I think I'd just rather give this to somebody who's actually going to use it, you know? Okay, so this is everything that I'm for sure decluttering, and then these are the things that were in my maybe pile. The Milani Powder Blush. This is so old that I wouldn't really feel right about passing it on to someone, so I think I'd rather keep it and try to pan it. So I think I'm going to hold on to this. I do love the shade. These 2 red lipsticks, you know what? Looking back at the ones I am keeping, I feel like I have everything that I need here. I have some more blue-based reds. I have some warmer ones. I have a good like berry red with this mini Charlotte Tilbury one. And so I feel like both of those gaps are already filled, and I don't really need to keep these 2. I'm just going to get rid of them because I feel like this way I'll actually use these ones that I like more now that I don't have so many to choose from that it's overwhelming. Does that make sense? All right, I just did a quick run through my collection. I didn't see anything else that jumped out at me, so I think I think this is good. This is actually a really successful declutter for me. I always feel so refreshed after doing this, and I feel like I'm ready to go into a new year with a collection that is filled with things that I love. So if you enjoyed this video, definitely make sure to give it a thumbs up. I will leave my declutter playlist below so you can check out my previous declutters. I've done a few in this same type of style. But I hope to see you again very soon. Hopefully I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye guys.